Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Skies Early Access. Last episode, well, we did a few things. Let me just get ourselves moving. Most importantly, of which was going to Leadbeater and Stainrod's Nature Reserve, which I'd been curious about for a while, and, we advanced the natural sciences. Mind you, it was by finding a bird that melted somebody's mind, but you know what? Science moved forward. Sort of. Kind of. For this episode, I'm looking at my amount of sovereigns, saying, Now this might be a bad idea, but if I go to Port Prosper, drop off the, what the devil's her name? Fastidious Inspector. Drop her off, I'm gonna get another 100 sovereigns. Which I might just spend on improving our hold situation, because like I said last episode, I would like more fuel and supplies so that we can live and explore further. Not too much further, well, possibly a lot further. Let's leave that as is. I do want to find the carnival and then figure out what's going on with Hybris, because that's a matter of some curiosity. And of course, before we, well, I'll plan that out later. Right now, let's focus on our current trip. Because I do want to go to Titania as well, because I did manage to miss looking at the Library of Yore, which was a foolish decision on my part. Look, you guys know me, I'm distracted easily, like, hey, food, how's it going? Hey. No. Alright, if you're gonna do that, there we go. Should have attacked. Should have attacked. So, food, please. Thank you. Yes. Wonderful. Alright. Moving on towards Port Prosper, I hope. Let's just send him out, just so I know exactly where I'm... It's probably this cluster, isn't it? No! Then what is this all about? I guess it's just another little area. Sort of like that battlefield we went through just a moment ago. Weird though, these are very big chunks of island here. Oh, this is Port Prosper, maybe? Unfortunately, I didn't read that text, so I don't know. Although this looks very much not... Oh, wonderful! Palmyra and Plenty's Inconceivable Circus! This is the exact place I wanted to go. Well, not really, it's the second place I wanted to go, but still. I'm okay with doing this now, and damaging our hole even further. Good. Gervaise's Rest. A traveling circus is settled here, too afraid to go further and too afraid to turn back. Its clanking, gaudy locomotive scavenges such audiences as it can from nearby homesteads, and delivers them for an evening of shabby, desperate, big-top magic. Fair enough. Whatever glories the circus might have known are long lost. Oh. The Big Top is less busy than a church on a Tuesday afternoon. Nevertheless, the usher greets you as you disembark. You're just in time, he says, making a practiced gesture toward the tent. The show's about to begin. Please, this way. A tender performance. It's rather quiet, but perhaps that will be wonderful. Aside from your crew, the tent is practically deserted. A few rubes are laid out on the benches, fast asleep. A distinguished old gentleman is reading a yellowing newspaper. No one particularly reacts when the ringmaster thunders into the ring on a horse-drawn Calliope? Calliope? I think it's Calliope. Anyway, singing of the night's delights with the enthusiasm one would expect for a full tent. Then come the acts. The humiliated magician attempts a routine with elaborate, mirrored contraptions, but his trapdoors don't open and the secret panels don't fully close. He offers a few improvised quips, however, to no one in particular. Then the bereaved acrobat swings from a single trapeze. Their act is obviously meant for two, but they persevere and force a smile throughout. Afterwards, the pensive clown trips into the spotlight, dropping the balls he juggled. It's silent enough to hear them hit the floor. It ends when the headstrong strongwoman lifts a very large barbell over her head. She repeats this several times when the crowd's reaction isn't as enthusiastic as she'd have liked. After the performers have taken their bow and departed, they can be seen sitting outside their tents. Oh. Yeah, I've been there with the whole trying to entertain people and... yeah. Well. Oh, hello. Beyond the performers and the permanent audience, the circus is deserted. Everyone keeps their quarters, unless they're practicing the show. We can be saved, you say? Well, I can't very well say no to all this, but first of all, Write-Up Report doesn't seem a location of tactical importance. Even so, there may be interest in the attendance figures. Why? The big top makes for a striking image in the fogs of the Reach, but it's not nearly as imposing as the massive obelisk floating nearby. What? Where was that? Can I see that? Oh well. Some enterprising soul has hung some bunting between it and the big top. As for the circus itself, outside of the performers, it's practically deserted. It may be the first new face in the audience in quite a while. Well, first of all, what's this about? An opportunity. Enter the Ringmaster's caravan. The door is open. From inside, you can hear the constant ruffling of a deck of cards. The Ringmaster is sat on a fat cushion, idly shuffling a worn pack of playing cards. He smiles warily at you. I ask the cards about you. He draws from the top of the deck, sets them on the table. They say you can help. He then places them back into the deck, and bids you shuffle and draw for yourself. The cards are the same. He smiles the same wary smile. Looks like they haven't changed their minds. Interesting. Also, this art, it's kind of gorgeous. Anyway, sorry, I'm just distracted by this. Anyway, let's see here. What's the deal here? I see. The Ringmaster shuffles, cuts, and deals. This is what work I can offer you. What's this matter? Well, I think what we will do is accept a commission to repair the magician's props. 8 of bats. The magician's props are in need of fixing, the Ringmaster sighs. The Ringmaster passes you an envelope addressed to a shop in Port Avon. We've a friend there who'll do repairs for us. He deftly gathers his cards from the table. Wish we didn't have to rely on those bloody contraptions, but card and coin magic is too small to see from the upper rows. Fair enough. So we're going to be slowly helping all of these people. Interesting. And we will get to this. Don't get me wrong, we are getting to this. But first of all, let's meet these people, who we're supposedly helping. Talk to the bereaved acrobat. Their tent is rather larger than the others. The flap is tied open for visitors. They half raise themselves from their deep cushions in greeting, and bid you sit across from them. They ask how you enjoyed the show, and before you can answer, they apologize for their performance. I'm nothing by myself, they say. Without my twin there to catch me, or there to leap for me to catch, it's quite dull. But they're trying to break themselves from the circus again. What? I have several questions there. Talk to the humiliated magician. He leans beneath a faded poster of himself, smoking a cheap, malodorous tobacco. It breaks my heart you had to sit through that, he says, nodding toward the big top. Sometimes I wonder why I left Mahogany Hall for this. Then I remember how much Plenty paid before this whole place lost its funding. He burns the cigarette out on the poster and tosses it into an overturned top hat. Oh. This is the remains of Mrs. Plenty's carnival, basically? Oh. Or maybe it's just something that they did as a side job. But anyway. That's a bit... well... no. Anyway. Talk to the pensive clown. His head is bowed. His bald dome shines in the lantern light. Altogether, he looks not unlike the bust of a Grecian philosopher, never minding the grease paint and puffball-strewn outfit. The clown rubs the back of his head. It's troubling to me that the show goes on even if no one's there to watch. He looks to you searchingly. Does he intend you to answer? And this headstrong strong woman. If she isn't performing or training, she tends to keep inside her caravan. She keeps the door open, though. She welcomes you to her caravan and begs your pardon for the mess, for though it is a remarkable oasis of cleanliness in the otherwise messy place, the only other seat she can offer is stacked with poems. She places them beneath her own chair and begins to ask you questions about your life. Any inquiries into her own she deflects with the wit of a slighted baroness. And the Ringmaster? The ringmaster stands and shakes your hand as you enter. He's rather short now he isn't standing on top of a calliope. He wags his finger at you. I've been in this business long enough to know what you're thinking, he says sternly, and I'll tell you, it's the shoes that are the trick. I have a special pair to bring me to at least a normal height. He laughs and bids you sit and enjoy a pot of tea with him. Okay, so basically we got a bunch of people who need to be assisted, and someone who tried to escape the circus, which has me asking several questions, but that's a matter for the future. Ask the humiliated magician about Hybris. An abandoned magic show and a discarded playbill are all you have to go on. The humiliated magician sighs as he inspects your playbill. That pair of rogues, it would be an insult to chicanery everywhere to call them charlatans. His shoulders sink. I would know. He stands and walks over to a cabinet in the far corner of his caravan. He opens a small drawer and produces a slim, heart-shaped key. There's a locked suitcase in my old house on Port Prosper. It has a red door near the station. If you could fetch that for me, I should be able to help you. It has all my old paraphernalia. Ooh. Oh, from your time at Mahogany Hall. Interesting. Even more reason to hunt down Port Prosper. Which is what I was kind of looking for anyway, but... Huh. Interesting. Where is the obelisk, though? I guess that might be the obelisk? Good job. Nope, that is definitely the obelisk, and it's got sigils of the correspondence on it. Interesting. I wish I... Wish I could explore that a bit more, but... Well, moving along. I don't know where to go, though, because I don't know where Port Prosper would be. Got anything for me, Bat? Well, that's a direction to go. So let's head that way. And then we'll get the magician's stuff, come back here, and eventually go to Hybris. See what's going on there. Suppose we could go to Port Avon. Well, the route for next episode we'll worry about in the future. Or I should say our next trip. Because after this, I suspect we're really going to need to go back to New Winchester. Ah, this is the place I died, isn't it? Suppose I shouldn't just guess which ports are which, just because I don't have that much experience with them yet. But, hello. Rumble of far-off refineries. Did Port Prosper have refineries? Hello. This looks... new. What am I looking at, guys? This is Port Prosper. Okay, I didn't know they had refineries here. Okay, though. Queen's Cross Station. Crammed at the end of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London, divided into an affluent west end and an impecunious east. Queen's Cross is its busy station, the terminus of the Isambard line that begins in far-off London. Deliver our fastidious inspector, she disembarks with her bag in hand, and peers up at the clock tower that is being raised above the station. She disembarks with her bag in hand and accepts... It's tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and the cry of workmen. I'll accept my payment, except I probably well, I probably have space. You'll receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money, so... Yeah, that's more than I had the space for. But that's fine. Thank you, Captain. Here's the balance of our agreement, and as promised, a requisition order for fuel and supplies. She casts another glance at the incomplete clock tower. Given the apparent state of construction, I'd recommend you visit the worksite. There may be an opportunity there. Question. Well, first of all, they plan to call it the Albert clock, in memory of the departed Prince Consort. Still don't know if that means he's dead, though. But there's a way to go yet. The roof isn't finished, and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector up among the workings with a spanner and a can of oil, showing the workmen how it's done. Perhaps we can secure what they need. Bronzewood, the foreman says bluntly. One consignment they sell it at Port Avon and Trader's Wood, I hear. And a pane of stained glass, too. New Winchester's your best bet there, or Titania, the flower town. We'll pay proper like. I'm sure you will. We have other business, though. Oh. Well. Recruit the clay conductor first. Shakes your hand firmly. It's like being grasped by an avalanche. All aboard, then. I simply cannot thank you enough for the opportunity, Captain. Delightful. Write our port report. And then... I guess we'll attend a private meeting at the Windward Company. I'm just gonna skip by this because we've already seen his offer. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of that kind of thing, sorry. Bye. This, however, is new. The house might still be there. It had purple walls, which would surely stand out. If not, you have the locket. Not a soul in Port Prosper recognized the locket. Who's that, then? Does he still wear his hair like that? Fancy. Becomes familiar refrains. More promising is the house you saw painted in the amenable host's chamber. You locate several candidates, all apparently repainted over the last couple years, but one is the exact location near the station as depicted in the host's painting. Nobody seems to remember who owned it or why, but apparently it had once been associated with the Parlor of Virtue, not long after Port Prosper's foundation. Huh. Parlor of Virtue. For some reason, I don't think it's a virtuous place. Can't imagine why. Let's attend our parade. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds to a course of Ho the Rioting. You know what? We mingled with East Enders last time. How about the West Enders? The hats, the crinoline, the starch that gleams on the mustaches. You're sure you'll fit right in. Got a feeling I won't. I have several questions just looking at this, but before we do that, a lady in a jagged bodice with bone sleeves looks you up and down. What do you think, Mildred? A murmur of assent runs through the crowd of starched and corseted ladies. A gentleman adjusts his mustache. Yes, you'll do. You spend the day with some of the self-described notables of Port Prosper. You eat roast chestnuts, sip glasses of grey fields, all the way from old London. Even participate in a riding, charging through the narrow streets pursued by several braying fellows and a dragon. Huh. Are those chunks in the soul? What? Question, is that to do with the peculiarities thing? Curdled. So my soul is fermented, flickering, and curdled. Well. Huh. Several questions there, but moving along. Find the humiliated magician's house. It has a red door and is near the station. Happily, he's given you the key. The house is a monument to the humiliated magician's old career. Props and spirit cabinets line the musty hallways. Faded posters depict the magician's noble countenance as he prepares to embark on another daring adventure into the occult. Not for the faint of heart. The pernickety factor finds much to roll her eyes at. You find the battered suitcase underneath a large tabby cat. It yowls sleepily. Someone is evidently looking after the house for the magician. Perhaps this is his cat. A garnet-studded collar reads, Monsieur Francois. It looks up at you expectantly? Oh, yes, I forget. Cats are able to speak. Well, let me rephrase that. Cats were able to speak in fallen London. And the whole of the Neath, I suppose. But, Bring the cat with you along with the suitcase. The humiliated magician might wish to see it again. Monsieur Francois might like an adventure. This is going to end disastrously, isn't it? The pernickety factor gives you a look of abject disbelief when you ask her to find a suitable box to carry the cat in. Monsieur Francois proves a very amenable traveler, however, and purrs all the way back to your locomotive. Your cook is less than thrilled at having another mouth to feed. Wait, this is kidnapping him? What? Oh. Well. Okay. Well, actually. Can I sell these? I don't want to sell the fuel, though. I want to sell the supplies. I mean, how bad is it? Like, if I could sell the supplies, I'd be so much happier. The fuel I need. Okay. I mean, I know I can make it back there with just 4 barrels of fuel. Back there being back to New Winchester, but... it's the right thing to do, tactically. Jettison 1 thing of supplies. Like, I'm a little bit nervous about doing that, but, on the other hand... go. Okay. On the other hand... I mean, what other thing was I going to do? Otherwise, I would just jettison 2 things of supplies, which is bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I don't know if that was the right choice to make. You know what? I'm going to say it was. Because if I hadn't, I would have jettisoned 2 things of supplies, which are more expensive than fuel. And that's how I'm going to justify what I just did. In the meantime, let's head on back to Palmer and Plenty's. You know what? Let's send you out real quick. Just curious. Someplace right next to it. We'll leave that for the future. Leave that a mystery for now. I want to get back to Palmer and Plenty's, and I'm afraid that if I go there, we're gonna end up in that hybrid situation. Which, God, that still annoys me. Yes, colored searchlights play across the clouds. They cast wild shadows, haloed in pink and green. Yes. Alright, let's just sneak in through here. Try to sneak in through here. Hey, there's their, little... presumably, their locomotive. Huh, neat. So, Palmer and Plenty's Inconceivable Circus. Hi. We can be saved, you say. Return the humiliated magician's box and what might be his cat. Monsieur Francois has been, all things considered, a very well-behaved passenger. The humiliated magician's eyes widen as he sees Monsieur Francois in your arms. He takes the cat with trembling hands, who purrs briefly before jumping down from the magician to investigate the cupboards in the caravan. I never expected I'd see him again, the magician says quietly. Didn't have space for him when I left. Thank you. He turns his attention to the suitcase. Inside are faded posters, playbills, and photographs. This is Marzipan and I. The magician holds up a photograph of 2 young gentlemen in coats and tails, when we were apprenticed under Monsieur Pleats. This is before Hallow arrived and ruined... He shakes his head. At last he unearths a small vial of amber liquid. Oh. Take the vial. The humiliated magician holds it out to you. The glass is crystal, the color deep and resinous. It catches the candlelight as you turn it, gleaming golden in your hands. Prisoners, honey, the humiliated magician whispers. My last batch, from old London. Marzipan and I used to dream together all the time. This was before Hallow, of course, with her confounded glass. He sighs despondently. No, I've wasted enough breath on that one. He closes your fingers around the vial. Take a few sips of this next time you're on Hybris. Find somewhere comfortable to sleep. You'll see your colonists again, I'd bet my hat on it. So I was right. Interesting, very interesting. So, it is to do with a dream. In some matter... See, the problem is I don't remember enough about the connection between the red science and dream to know exactly what's going on there, but I have my theories. Still, for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I shall see you all soon.